we are discussing the chapter Every Drop Counts. In my last class, I have discussed about the lake Ghatsisar. Lake is a source of water. In this chapter, we will discuss the other sources of water like rain. Along with rain, we will learn rainwater harvesting, rivers, ponds, step wells, stream, dharas, pia, etc. Now I will show you some sources of water. This is rain. All of you know this. Then river. This is glacier. Glacier you can find in high mountains. High up mountains you can find glacier. This is water tap, pond, well. Here you can see a man fetching water with the help of a bucket and a pulley. This is hand pump. This is a picture of step well. This is the picture of rainwater harvesting. Today I will start my discussion with Al-Biruni. Who was Al-Biruni? He was a traveler. He came to India more than 1000 years ago. He came from Uzbekistan. It is a country in Central Asia. You can see it in this map. This is Kazakhstan, Turkmenistan, and this is Uzbekistan. Here you can find the Aral Sea. This is Uzbekistan. You can see in the map. So when Al-Biruni came to India, he carefully observed and noted down the details of all that he saw. He wrote specially about those things that he found very different from his own country. Here is a part of what he has written about the ponds of that time. The people here are very skilled at making ponds. My countrymen would be surprised to see them. They pile up huge rocks and join them with iron rods to build chabutaras. What are chabutaras? Raised platforms. The raised platforms around the lake is called chabutara. All around the lake. Between these, there are rows of long staircases going up and down. The steps for going up and coming down are separate. So they are not same. So there is less crowding. Today when we study history, we can learn a lot about those days from the writings of Al-Biruni. This is a stamp. This stamp came out in 1973, 1000 years after his birth. This stamp. If you have observed around you in your locality, then you might have observed that when rain occurs, the rainwater goes into the soil where it is soaked in. But when there is excess rain and the water can't be absorbed in soil, the water overflows. It becomes flood-like of situation. Drop by drop. Beside Jaisalmer is in Rajasthan. This is Rajasthan and this is Jaisalmer. If you see the map of India, you can see Rajasthan here and this is Jaisalmer. So Jaisalmer get very little rainfall. Here it rains for only a few days in the entire year. sometimes not even that much. The rivers here do not have water all around the year, and yet most of the villages in these areas did not have a shortage of water. People knew that every drop of water was precious, which I have told you in my first class also. Water is very precious. We should not waste it. Lakes and johads were made to collect water. Water was everyone's need. One and all come together in this work. That means one and all came together. They were united and wanted to fulfill the need of water, be it a businessman or a laborer. Some water from the lake soaked into the ground and reached the wells and bowries. Step well. This is step well, which I have shown you earlier also. The soil of the area also became wet and fertile. Every house had a system to collect the rainwater. This is the picture. This is the picture of rainwater harvesting, where water is collected in the roof, and through a system of pipe and all, it comes to the reservoir in the tank. How do you think the rainwater that falls on the roof will reach the underground tank? This is the way. From the roof it comes like this, and when it is required, it is taken out later for use. Have you ever seen a step well? Look at the picture. This is the picture. Can you imagine by looking at the picture that the steps go down several stories deep? You can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. In this way, there are several stories. Steps going down. Okay. Instead of drawing the water up from the well, like in general well, what we do, that we fetch the water up. The people could go down the steps and reach the water. People can come through the steps and reach the water. That is why they are called step wells. Long ago, people used to make long journeys with the caravans of animals and goods. People used to make very long journeys for several days in earlier days, in the past. People felt it was a good deed, good thing to give water to thirsty travelers. People thought that it is a very good deed that people can give water to the thirsty travelers. Thus they built many beautiful step wells.